Hi guys, this is an update on my Ficus Elastica Tineke 1. The reason I'm updating it today, I transplanted this yesterday. I actually split her up and now I have 3 extra Tineke plants. I know, I have a few of them now, like a lot more than I initially anticipated. I'm not saying that that I'm regretting that. I'm not. I do love them, but you have to understand that ficus plants grow really, really tall. And so at a certain point, she's just going to keep growing. If you haven't yet, I will try to link it down below. I will try to put it on the cards and above in regards to the previous vlogs for this particular plant so you could see what she started with and her growth and all of that good stuff. So for now, I'm going to check her in every 7 to 10 days in case she needs to be watered. She is in a 6-inch pot. This was the original pot that I did use from, she's been in this pot for, I guess, for a majority of her life with me. And I gave her fresh soil, which everything is linked down below in the description section. So just, check that out later if you're curious. I gave her fresh soil and I topped it off with earthworm castings. And again, it's going to be linked down below, including my social media accounts are down below as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of my vlog. You're going to hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell so you're notified every single time I upload a new video. She sits next to an east-facing window. Again, I water her right now. I watered her yesterday after transplanting and she was due for a watering. But I don't really see her needing to be watered at the same frequency because I split her into 4 different pots. So she is a quarter pretty much of what she used to be able to ingest in regards to water. So I have to watch out and I have to adjust with that. So what I usually do when I do that, when I split a plant, is I will have the same reminder and I will check the soil. As long as the top part of the soil for this particular plant, until maybe a quarter to, when it reaches about 1/8 to a quarter inches from the topsoil and it's dry, like it won't stick to your skin anymore, you can water that. From my personal experience, the Ficus Elastica Tineke is a thirsty plant. So, I've never really overwatered any of my Ficus Tineke plants, but I've also never really watered them when the top part of the soil was still moist or soggy. You don't want to do that ever. If in case the top part of the soil turns yellow, I get that. In my plant groups, there's always a ton of questions about that. That is due to too much volume and or frequency of watering. So all you have to do is, like, if you're watering at, let's just say every 10 days, I would say if you want to stick to the 10-day schedule, that's fine. But what you need to do is lower the volume that you provide the plant. It's just letting you know that there's too much water and it's still sitting there. You just need to lower that, or maybe water it every 12 days and still lower the volume. That would be my advice to that. She's very, very happy on an east-facing window, and I've never really had any issues with her. I've never really put this plant on a west-facing window before, so I don't really know how to do that if in case I do plan to do that. So right now, what I'm planning to do is I have an alert for 7 days. When it reaches 7 days, obviously I'm going to test the soil in the top part. If it's still moist, I give it an extra 2 days, depending on if it's moist, I give it an extra 2 days. My increments are usually like 2 days. I feel like 1 day is just not enough. So I usually do 2 days. That's just me. It's up to you if you want to check it every day. I don't. For me, a day late is better than a day early. That makes sense? It's always better to have an extra day to dry a plant out rather than watering them an extra day early. and overwater the plant. So that's my advice for that. I would never advise anybody to put this in the south-facing window. It doesn't matter if it's indirect or very far from that window. The reason for that, it will always burn due to the midday sun. So avoid a south-facing window. It just doesn't matter if there's different plants in front of it. You just always have to avoid that. I've only grown this in an east-facing window, so I don't really know how it's going to grow and thrive on a west-facing window. There have been a ton of people that would put this directly in a west-facing window or indirectly to a west-facing window, and they burned. So pay attention to that. The leaves are definitely a little thick or a little thicker than other plants, but just pay attention. When she starts to burn, you just got to move her, I would say, 2 feet away from the west-facing window where you put her, just in case you don't have an east-facing window. And make sure that there are obstructions in front or in between her and that west-facing window. If you have that, it shouldn't be so bad, and moving her like 2 feet away. But if she still burns the following day, like it still continues, I would still move her further away. I always do like 1 foot to 2 feet. 1 foot per day is fine, but a west-facing window can be pretty strong. So everything that I do water her with will be linked down in the description section as usual. Anything else, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything in regards to this particular plant, let me know down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys all the time. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next update for this plant. Bye!